Good morning, dear students. Yesterday we did laws of chemical combinations, which consist of two laws, that is law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportions. Law of conservation of mass, which says that mass of reactant is equal to the total mass of product, and law of constant proportion states that elements or atoms always combine in a definite proportion. Was not able to give the proper explanation of these laws. So researches were made. John Dalton explained these laws by giving Dalton atomic theory. On the basis of these two laws, he gave 6 postulates. First, all matter is made up of very tiny particles called atoms. Second, atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. Third, atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Atoms of different element have different masses and chemical properties. Atoms combine in a ratio of small whole numbers to form compounds. And the last postulate was the relative numbers and kinds of atom are constant in a given compound. These are known as postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Let us discuss these postulates one by one. First is all matter is made up of very tiny particles called atoms. Now, see in this chemical reaction, element A is combining with element B and forms compound C. So, we all know elements are made up of atoms. So, element A is made up of atoms, element B is made up of atom, and element C is made up of atoms. Therefore, element A is made up of atom, B is also made up of atom, and this compound which is formed by element A and B is also made up of atoms. The next postulate is atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. So, we are doing this reaction that element A combines with element B and form compound C, which is made up of element A and B, which contains the atoms of element A and atom B. So therefore, no new atoms are formed and no atom is destroyed. Means if carbon combines with oxygen to give us carbon dioxide, basically it is the rearrangement of carbon and oxygen. We cannot find hydrogen in this reaction, we cannot get nitrogen in this reaction, means no new atom is formed and no atom is destroyed. Means if we had in reactant carbon and oxygen, so we must get the rearrangement of these elements in the product, but we will get definitely carbon and oxygen in the product. Therefore, no new atoms are formed and no atom is destroyed in this chemical reaction. The next postulate tells that atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. It means that element A is made up of atoms, and all the atoms present in element A having same mass and same chemical properties. Means all the atoms, for example, we had hydrogen atom, hydrogen element, all the atoms of hydrogen having same mass and same properties. So on the basis of that, the next postulate is atoms of different element have different masses and chemical properties. Means element A have the atoms, all the atoms of element A are similar in chemical properties and mass, but element B has the atoms have different properties than element A, but all the atoms of element B have similar property and similar mass. Means if we have two elements, different elements, they have different masses and different chemical properties. For example, atoms of hydrogen have, all the atoms of hydrogen have similar properties and similar masses of hydrogen, and all the atoms of oxygen, if we take, then all the atoms of oxygen have different chemical properties and different mass as compared to hydrogen. So this says that different elements have different masses and chemical properties. The next postulate is atom combine in a ratio of small whole number to form compound. What does it mean? It says element A and element B, when they combine as form compound C, in this we can see that one atom of element B is combining with one atom of element B is combining with two atoms of element A. But that is not a broken part. Means no half, no 3/4 atom is divided. It combines in a whole number. You can see all these, see in the screen, that one atom of element B combines with two atoms of element A. All this shows the composition of compound C, which proves our postulate that atom combines in a ratio of whole number. Means we cannot take half atom, 3/4 or 1/4 of the atom. We have to take complete 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, etc. The next postulate says the relative number and kinds of atom are constant in a given compound. What does it say? That if we had a compound which is formed by different atom or same atom, their composition will remain same. Means this is the water molecule or compound, you can say, of water. It always consists of one atom of oxygen and two atoms of hydrogen wherever it is prepared. Similarly, carbon dioxide, one atom of carbon is combining with two atoms of oxygen will remain same. Its composition will not change anywhere. So, if we had a compound, so number and kind of atom are constant. They will not change in a given compound. Example of carbon monoxide, that one atom of carbon combines with one atom of oxygen, and in case of ammonia, one atom of nitrogen combines with three atoms of hydrogen. This says that relative number and kinds of atom are constant in a given compound. This is all about Dalton's postulates, and you have to learn all these, and on the basis of this we will do further